right, so I finally gathered up the courage to turn my phone on. Because, yeah, if you didn't see my last video, I had kind of gone on a bit of a binge with my addiction. And basically, I turned my phone off, shut myself off from the world, and I've kind of just been ignoring Gym Girl because we had been texting pretty much day in and day out for a few days. So I know she was probably going to be pretty upset that I had been ignoring her, but what can I say? I'm screwed up mentally, but it is what it is. And yeah, thankfully it seems to all be working out now. So yeah, so I finally turned my phone back on, and Gym Girl had texted me a few times, but none of her texts really seemed like she was that upset. She was just texting stuff like, hey, or whatever, like the kind of thing someone would text to start up a conversation. And that actually, when I first saw that, it actually hurt a little more. That actually hurt a little more than if she had actually told me off or, actually expressed that she was upset. Because this way, it kind of seemed like she didn't really care, It kind of seemed like she didn't really care that much that I was ignoring her. And, that's not a great feeling because what is it they say that, you know, hate is a closer emotion to love than indifference or something like that. And this kind of just made it seem like she's kind of indifferent to talking to me. So, yeah. And I did have some texts from her, but she only texted me up till I had been ignoring her for about 24 hours. But I ignored her for like 3 or 4 days or something like that. So she only tried to reach out for one day. So yeah, the whole thing, it seemed like she was kind of indifferent about it. So I was kind of feeling down about that too, but I don't know what it was. But yeah, obviously I was feeling really down about, after my whole binge and just shutting myself off from the world and just feeling really low and disappointed in myself and just, feeling bad about the whole situation with Gym Girl. And, I just felt like I really blew this great opportunity that I was presented with. And after a day of being sobered up, I woke up the next day after that and I was feeling really motivated, actually. I got all hyped up on caffeine. I went for a bike ride, which is something I hadn't done in a long time. I used to go on bike rides every now and then. It was a regular thing for me at some point in time. That This was like years ago, but yeah, I went for a bike ride, and I actually did a pretty long ride too, or, for me, it was pretty long. I was riding for probably 30, 45 minutes. I don't know how much distance I covered, but anyways, I think it was like all the endorphins from the bike ride and the caffeine. It just had me, just had me feeling really psyched up, really motivated. I felt like I had to make up for lost time or something, because it's probably delusional. I realize that it's probably delusional, but I don't even care. The thing about this girl, I like her a lot. I really care about this girl. I've never had one-itis this bad. Like any guy, I've had one-itis before, but not like this. And when I think about it, this is probably the only chance I will ever have to get with any girl. And the fact that she's not even just any girl, she's actually objectively attractive. And even before talking to her, if I was going to describe my ideal wife, it would pretty much just be describing her. Seriously. No exaggeration. This whole situation has to be some kind of miracle or something. And I don't believe in anything supernatural. I don't believe in karma or any of that stuff. So I know it's not actually a miracle, but whatever this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. It really is. Like, this isn't going to happen again. I'm only getting older and my looks are getting worse and worse. My social skills are getting worse and worse as time goes on. This is my shot. This is my only chance at finding any kind of romance in this world. So yeah, I really got myself all psyched up and just really motivated. And so as I decided, you know what? I'm going to do the damn thing. I'm going to ask this girl out. I'm going to do it. And it's funny because I had been stressing about what I would even ask her to do. Like, should I ask her out for coffee or drinks or go for a walk in the park? But when I actually texted her, I didn't even specify anything like that. I just texted her something like, actually, I'll just pull up the message. I'll just read the exact message. So I said, hey, Gym Girl, sorry I went radio silent for the past few days. I've been busy with some personal stuff. Anyway, we've been texting for a while now, and I do really enjoy talking to you. I'd love to meet up in person soon. Would that be all right with you? I know that's kind of cringy, but whatever, it worked. So she responded to that. It actually took her a while to respond, like almost an hour. So I was kind of freaking out waiting for her to respond. But anyway, she did eventually respond, and she said, she sent two texts actually. She sent, I was wondering when you were going to ask me out. And then she sent, yes, I want to meet in person, LOL. And she said yes in all caps. So I mean, when I saw that, can you can you imagine just the relief, the happiness, the elation, the joy that I felt? And I mean, I'm still feeling it. I'm basking in the joy right now. I mean, this is. I feel like there's already been a lot of ups and downs in my relationship with Gym Girl, even though, again, I understand it's not like an actual relationship, but from my perspective, how things have been going, and this is just it's kind of sad because for me, this is my longest relationship yet. But for her, it's not even a relationship. But, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but basically, yeah, I'm really happy. So yeah, she said, she does want to meet in person. And so I was trying to think of how to respond to that because I figured at that point, I actually need to come up with an activity now, something we're going to do, someplace we're actually going to meet up at. So I was trying to think of what to text her, but while I was thinking, she texted me again, and basically she mentioned a ramen place she likes, and she asked if I wanted to meet there. So yeah, that's fine with me. I like ramen, and whatever. Even if she mentioned some kind of food I hate, I would still, that takes the pressure off me trying to think of something, so that's perfect. So yeah, we texted back and forth a bit more about just the logistics and everything. So we set a date for a couple days from now at the ramen place. And I think I'm going to go try to buy some new clothes tomorrow because I don't really have anything nice to wear, but I don't know because I'd probably have to borrow some money from my mom or dad. And I don't really want to tell them I have a date, but I would have to give them a reason for why I need money to buy new clothes. And like, they'll definitely do it. They'll be super happy for me that I have a date. But the thing is, they'll make a big deal about it and everything. I don't know. I just don't want to have to tell them about all of this because who knows how it's actually going to go once we meet in person. It might be a disaster. In fact, I think that would be a very likely outcome. It probably will be a disaster. But for now, I am optimistic for now because things have been going great. This girl, she's not a random girl from Tinder or something. She has actually seen me in person. I definitely want to make a good first impression, although, yeah, whatever, it's not technically a first impression, but it'll be the first time we've seen each other after having been texting for a while. So, yeah, I want to wear something nice, I want to try and get some cool clothes and look my best. So, that's where we're at now. I mean, really, this whole thing has been such a roller coaster because I thought it was. I don't know why. Maybe it was stupid of me to think that it was so over after I shut myself off and just ignored her for a few days. But I really thought that was going to be it. I did not think she would want to talk to me after that. But oh yeah, I forgot to mention one thing she said after. She actually said because I came up with the excuse that I just told her while I was busy with personal stuff. She just said, yeah, she said something about how she figured I was just busy with the holidays because I didn't even realize that. But yeah, it was the past couple days was, the 4th of July and surrounding days. So yeah, I didn't even think about that because, it was during the time I was ignoring her was over 4th of July. So it's, I guess, not that weird that I ignored her because, yeah, she probably assumes I am more or less a normal person. So she would think maybe I'm busy on that day. So I don't know why I didn't even think of that. But yeah, so it turns out it's all good. It's not just good, it's great. It's better than I've been in a long time. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up too much because this could all come crashing down like things tend to do, the way things tend to go in my life. But for now, right now at least, I'm just going to enjoy the moment. Things are going great. All right, I'm really excited. I'm really nervous, obviously, because I've been able to kind of open up and talk with this girl through text messaging. But text messaging is one thing, but actually being a cool guy in person and being social in person, that's a whole other thing. So I am really worried about that. I'm really worried that I'm not gonna be able to perform, to a standard that basically, I'm afraid she won't like me once she meets me in person. Because I think I've been able to act, I can present as if I am a cool guy through text messages, but once we're in person, that's the real me. She's just gonna be there in person with the real me. And man, yeah, I'm worried to say the least, but optimistic. So yeah, we'll see how this goes.